Now I've got this camcorder in my left hand. With my right hand, I'm going to take this caulking gun. Pay attention. Now I've cut a little 45-degree tip on here. Now pretend this is a wall. Alright? Now, this tip, according to the wall or piece of board, is at 90 degrees. When you lay caulk, you do it at 45 degrees. Or about like this. Now, when you're doing in a gap, you don't want to be over here or way over here. You want to be 45 degrees to the gap. And then what you want to do is you don't want to press the tip into the place you want. You just want to run a bead right down the area you want to do it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you over here. I'm going to put a little bit too much here, and when you start, you'll put too much, which is fine. It takes practice. Remember, there are no books on this. This is your main tool right here. This is your trowel. This is your index finger. You could use your other fingers, but this is the main one because it has a very rounded tip to it. When people tell you to use a caulking trowel tool, plastic piece of bullshit thing, they're just full of crap. You cannot do that when you're putting in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet of caulk, which these houses take. Now the next thing you're going to need is a wet rag. And you can see I've got water right there. Okay, you will need a wet rag. Now what you want to do, ideally, and I have to do this with one hand, is your finger is at 90 degrees right there. You want your finger at the same degree, 45 degrees, as you had the caulk right there. Okay? And then what we do is with light pressure, we pull along the board, right? Now you notice that the caulk is getting up and around the edges of my fingers. That's not what you want. That's called snow plowing. All right, as soon as my hand leaves the wall, this wall, that wall, that wall, as soon as it leaves the wall for any reason, you take your hand, your finger, and you wipe the caulk off. Okay? That is rule number one. Now, this is what happens when you don't do it that way. And you may have never heard of these rules. You probably won't. But remember, you can see my work up here. If you like my work is done very, very professionally. Caulking is one of my pride and joys. But I didn't start out doing it that easy. Now, if you do not wipe your hands off, okay, suppose we come down like this, all right? And you can see the snow plowing, the extras on the side. Now notice I have this bullshit on my hands, right? So I'm going back, oh, I gotta fix it. Oh, okay, I gotta fix this. Well, let's go like that, and like that, and like that, like that, and usually you're putting whatever excess you have on your fingers, you're putting back on the wall, which you don't want. Because remember, paint shows your mistakes. Now let's take this board back up here. And what you can do is you can keep put a little water on your fingers. It helps too. And the time that this you have to dry depends on the temperature. Usually people do everything in the summer. Okay, the colder it gets, the more time you have to do it. But see if I can get Four Seasons right there. Right there, baby. Now we have a clean hand, right? Now, we've already troweled this. There's too much on there, so what we want to do is take our 45-degree angle and we want to smooth it out. Okay? My hand leaves there. My hand goes down. My finger is wiped off, right? Okay, now. It's hard to do this with one hand. Anyway. Okay. Now, you can see how much smoother that is. Now we're going to do it in real life. And I'm going to do it one-handed. We're going to do this area up here. Right up here. Remember, I have my wet rag right there. I gotta answer this, I'm sorry.